Welcome back to my channel. I am Camila Hadia. I want to say a warm welcome to all my new subscribers and to the subscribers that have been with me from day one. We are going to talk about the biggest challenge to meditation, and that is consistency. I want to thank one of my subscribers that posted this comment. That was one of his biggest challenges. You are not alone. That is my biggest challenge. That is everyone's biggest challenge, especially in this arena of so many distractions, so many things to do, being so disconnected from nature. Consistency is one of the hardest things, but we're gonna break it down once and for all. Okay, so consistency. The biggest challenge to consistency is what? Our lifestyle. Our lifestyle of convenience and inappropriate expectations. We want everything to be easy, convenient, at our fingertips. We want it to flow, in this day and age of the iPhone and touchscreen this and internet and all this stuff. We don't necessarily have to work as hard for things anymore like we used to, right? So that mindset has kind of infiltrated our spiritual practices as well. But in spirituality, there are no shortcuts. It's not easy. In this modern world, it's even harder to strengthen our spirituality. So the convenience factor, just put it out of your mind from now. If you just go into it knowing that it's not gonna be convenient, it's not gonna be easy, you'll save yourself a lot of stress. So put the expectation, an inappropriate expectation of convenience, out of your mind. We want to set ourselves up for success. That means we got to talk to the people that live with us. Let them know, I want to start meditating. It's going to be at such and such time, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time you choose. Just going to be 20 minutes. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to go into this room. I don't want to be disturbed. I really want to do this meditation. Include your family. Let them know that this is where you want to go with your next level of spirituality. They should be able to respect that. Lay your space out from the night before. If you cannot partition or section off part of your home or your room, make sure you clean the area, set your chair up or lay your cushions out, put down your candle, put down your incense, set yourself up from the night before. You just go right to that spot and you don't have to set up anything. You make it easy for yourself so that when you wake up and you start having the debate in your mind of, oh, do I want to meditate? I gotta set the stuff up. I don't want to have to do that. Nope, already done. All you gotta do is get out of bed and go straight to the mat. Don't have any stimulants. So no coffee, no green tea, no caffeine, no cigarettes, no pepper, no spicy stuff, no sugar right before you meditate. You want to relax, you want to calm the mind, you want to go inward. And most importantly, no matter what, do your spirit the favor, consistently go through, get up, sit on the mat, even if you don't do anything, even if nothing comes, even if you just sit there for 5 minutes, do it. It's about training the mind, because the mind's resistance to change, to what's uncomfortable, what's new, is going to be strong. You're going to come up with all kinds of excuses to not get to that meditation practice. Don't allow your mind to do it. Don't allow your ego to win, because once you do that, you make your ego stronger. Remember what we were talking about in the first video. There's the ego versus your will. Strengthen your will for things of what you want to spiritually evolve in. Let me know in the comments below if it would be helpful to have a live meditation group every single morning for about a month to get you into the habit, if that's something that you think you would benefit from. If this video has been helpful to you so far, click the like button, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so let's address your inappropriate expectations. And I say inappropriate because there's just so many factors that affect what we think or who we think we should be or how we think we should arrive at meditation, because there's so much information out there and it leads us to have false expectations. You might think that you might get into a meditative trance easily the first or second time that you meditate. Not necessarily. You might not get into this meditative trance state until maybe the fourth time or the fifth time. To go in expecting that is an inappropriate thing to do for yourself. You don't want to lay these burdens on yourself, this pressure on yourself. Remember, you want to keep your intentions pure, and that partly has to do with your expectation, because your expectations kind of coincide with your intention. So as long as your expectations are pure and innocent, your intentions will be as well. So don't expect that the first time you meditate that you'll get into this state and it's gonna bring you something that you'll be able to brag about. You expect that you'll get profound information and downloads from the ether as soon as you start meditating. Some people may, some people may not. It's best to keep an open mind, an open heart, and approach it as a child, just with a curiosity. And the only expectation is to learn something new about yourself every time you sit down to meditate. That is an appropriate expectation. You get psychic powers the first or second or third time that you meditate. When I say psychic powers, I mean like you'll open up your third eye. Like a lot of people start meditating because they want to open up their third eye, and that is their sole goal for meditation. But there's levels to spirituality, just like there's levels to everyday life. There are stages in growth. Nature teaches us that when you plant a seed, the next day you come out and that seed is not a huge oak tree. It grows in stages. You absolutely cannot expect to open your third eye the first time that you sit down for meditation, especially without doing the internal work that you need to do, especially without changing your diet, especially without changing your sleeping habits, and especially without spending time in nature. That is an inappropriate expectation. When you sit down to meditate, you won't be restless. You will be restless, especially your first time, your second time, maybe up to even your fifth time. You have itches like no other. You'll start hearing things. Your mind will start thinking about things. You'll want to shift your position. All kinds of things are going to come up. Don't think about the yogi sitting down in Shin Mudra and their eyes are closed and they're just like peaceful, and you think that that's how you're going to be and that's how you're going to look the first time. Don't expect that. You're setting yourself up. You're going to be exactly what you need to be to learn about yourself. If that means you're going to be still from the first time going into it, then okay, you learned something about yourself. But what about the times that you're not still and you have an itch on your nose and you can't scratch it, and you want to scratch it so bad, and it's between your will and your mind whether you scratch your nose or not? You're thinking, oh, I want to scratch my nose, but do you need to scratch your nose? Really? Are you gonna die? No. But your mind will have you think that, oh my God, if I don't scratch my nose, it's gonna kill me. But then if you let your will take control, you realize after a while it doesn't itch anymore. The itch just goes away. So that's a moment where you learn a lot about yourself. And when the restlessness does come, know that you have the power to let it go, release it. Don't give in to it. You think you'll get the same result each time you sit down to meditate. You think, oh well, yesterday was easy for me to relax. Tomorrow you might have a totally different experience. You might have thoughts on your mind. You might have pain. You might just feel extra tired, lethargic. Things will come up and your ego will bring things up for you to want to pay attention to, so that the ego can keep itself strong. Some days you will feel great. Other days you'll feel disconnected, detached, lazy. Some days you'll be so into it in this other world, and other days you'll feel as heavy as a rock, like you can't get to that space where you feel just light and free flowing. Take it one day at a time, be present in the now, and remember, you are where you need to be in your meditation practice. All you need to pay attention to is what is the new thing you learned about yourself in this practice today. You will want to meditate daily, and you think that you'll enjoy it. So just because you're excited today doesn't mean that tomorrow you enjoy it as much. But does that mean you should stop? No, because remember, there's the battle with the ego and your will or your spirit. And we want to make the spirit stronger. The mind and the ego are already strong because that's the world that we live in. The experiences of our everyday life feed the ego such that that's dominating. You want to have our spirit and our will be stronger. It's just like anything else, right? You start off so excited. Day 3 comes along and it's like, oh my God, it feels like you're climbing a hill to sit down and be relaxed. And then all of a sudden, oh, I don't like this anymore. This is boring. It takes too much energy. Just sitting there just takes so much energy. Don't expect you're gonna be happy, especially in the beginning. There's like an ebb and flow that you go through before you eventually come up to like a steady flow. After you keep going at it, you'll realize the benefits of meditation outweigh anything else. Everything in your life to just be smooth and easy from now on. I think the challenge is changing our perception of good and bad, right and wrong. So we can't really tell the future. More often than not, things that we're going through right now that we perceive as bad, years later on, we realize, oh my God, if it weren't for that experience, which you thought was so bad back then, you wouldn't have this great opportunity. You wouldn't be this amazing person that you are right now. I challenge you to reframe your thinking approach to the things that are happening in your life. Just because you're meditating doesn't mean that things will suddenly start appearing to be all good in your perception. One thing, if you do understand that everything works out in divine order and for your greatest good, once you love yourself, because then you start making decisions that help you to evolve into your soul's purpose, you realize that what's good and what's bad is really subjective. You just learn to live in the moment and be grateful for what you have and change the things that you can. The best attitude is to have no expectations, to approach meditation with sincerity, honesty, patience, regularity, and trust. These are the things that will guarantee advancement and your spiritual elevation. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.